5th grade, my uncle got his leg amputated because of type 2 diabetes. My uncle only has one leg because he never received a health education when he was young. He never picked up the habits of healthy eating. These habits that he never picked up can start with school lunches. 17% of children are obese and 68% of adults are overweight or obese. If we help these kids learn healthy habits early in their lives, these habits can carry through to their adult lives. Childhood obesity rates are high, and nutritious lunches accompany high test scores and healthy habits. Oh, and also healthy eaters are happy eaters. So for the sake of the next generation, let's combat unhealthy lunches once and for all.
Obesity rates are getting higher, and unhealthy school foods aren't helping. According to the CDC, childhood obesity rates have more than doubled in the past 30 years. The percentage of children aged 6 to 11 in the United States who are obese increased from 7% in 1980 to nearly 18% in 2012. Similarly, the percentage of adolescents aged 12 to 19 who are obese increased from 5% to 21% over the same period. That's around 12.5 million teens and children. Do you really want this for them? The elementary school food is often mass-produced and chosen for its cost effectiveness. While this can save school money, the students suffer from foods high in carbohydrates, high in sugar, low in fiber, and lacking many of the recommended food groups. Kids shouldn't have to eat unhealthy school foods because that's what they're served at lunch. For some kids, the only good meal they receive to eat is at school because they can't afford to have a meal at home. This all shows how school foods should be healthier to eat to assure that students have a good and tasteful yet healthy food as an option to eat.
Childhood obesity rates are at an all-time high, and if schools have more nutritious and appealing lunches, test scores will be at an all-time high instead. Healthier lunches are scientifically proven to cause better test scores. According to UCLA, you are what you eat. Making smarter choices regarding food and nutrition will make you a smarter student. Gomez Benaya, a UCLA professor who analyzed over 160 studies on how food affects brain function, said, omega-3 fatty acids found in salmon, walnuts, and kiwi fruit provide many health benefits, including improving learning and memory. This shows that healthy foods provide many benefits for test scores and benefit students greatly. If you want to get into a good college and make more money as an adult, it is scientifically proven that if you eat healthier foods, you have a higher chance of being successful in life.
Healthy food, like what school lunches need more of, also contributes to happiness. A study found that adolescents with low-quality junk food diets are 79% more likely to suffer from depression. Another study also found that diets high in trans fats, which is found in processed foods, raise the risk of depression by 42% among adults over the course of approximately 6 years. So I'll recommend, if you don't want to raise your chances of becoming depressed in adulthood, I begin eating healthier immediately. The reason healthy food contributes to your mental health or happiness is because the preservatives, the pesticides, and plastic packaging, what you would find in over low quality junk food, are becoming a threat to our brain function. To sum my entire argument up, there are specific things that we can put in our body and specific things that we cannot. The things that we can put in our body, the things that are good for you, lower your chance of becoming depressed. So eat healthy.
What could we do with $4 million worth of food? We believe that school lunches should be more appetizing to please the masses and allow students to enjoy their lunches without wasting. Our first reason for providing more appealing lunches is that healthy foods, like fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, are very expensive. The second reason is that the healthy food that schools spend a tremendous amount of money on is most often wasted because students prefer junk food to fresh fruits and vegetables. Our last reason is that student athletes, who make up the majority of the student body, need more calories to sustain them throughout their practices, and they aren't consuming enough calories from the current lunches.
Student athletes need more calories to fuel their practices. dietitians recommend 3,000 calories for high school athletes. School lunches are restricted to 800 calories or under, not even 1/3 of your recommended calories. Fruits and vegetables, although are important in a balanced diet, do not provide the macronutrients like protein, carbs, and fats needed for muscle growth and energy. If you have a 2-hour practice with only 800 calories to go on, that is not enough fuel. School lunches need to cater more to student athletes. Many student athletes say they feel hungry after school, and that could lead them not being able to perform at their best at practices. Since many of the students in schools are athletes, schools should make their meals more calorie dense.
Our second reason proving lunches should be more appealing is because students all over the country are being forced to take slimy, old, canned vegetables and fruits that they do not want, resulting in millions of dollars in school lunches that are being thrown away day after day. The majority of students that are having to take this mandatory serving of fruits and vegetables don't eat them, resulting in 40% of fruits and 60% of vegetables being dumped daily. This adds up to a whopping $4 million being thrown away in school cafeterias across the United States every day. What good is it to make students take this food when it is going straight from the lunch trays to the garbage cans? Students should not be forced to take food that we know is going to be thrown away and is wasting money that could be used in other areas of America's school districts. Instead of giving the students food that we know they aren't going to eat, we should present them with more appetizing options so that they won't waste, leading to less food being dumped and more money being saved.
What it really comes down to is that it's too expensive for schools to make lunches healthier and keep the cost down. For schools to meet regulations, they need an extra 10 cents of funding, but they only receive 6 cents of funding from the government. They only receive this funding with the full price lunches they sell, not the free or reduced price lunches. And nationwide, 19.8 million free lunches are served, compared to the 8.5 million full price lunches. So many schools are left lacking funds. This leads to schools cutting corners and choosing cost-effective alternatives. When schools lack funding, they raise the prices to try to come up with the extra money. But even then, 71% of school districts say they have an unpaid lunch debt. Fresh fruits and vegetables and high-quality meats are expensive, and one meal could end up costing $5 or more. And that would be very expensive for families with multiple kids in the school district. If you add costly, healthier items to the menu, it will be too expensive for the schools to keep the cost down for the families.
Minute for rebuttal, correct? Affirmative rebuttal.
We can lower obesity rates by enforcing healthy lunches at an early age so that students can learn how to have a healthy lifestyle and use it throughout their life. Also, a lot of people die due to disorders and diseases. A lot of people with stress have a tendency to eat a lot of food or very little, which leads to disorders. What might cause this stress?
a lot of homework, not getting enough sleep, or not getting the right food. According to the CDC, coronary heart disease, breast, uterus, cervix, colon, esophagus, kidney, and prostate cancer are all effects of being not eating right, which these kids eventually will become if they don't receive the proper nutrients during their lunchtime at school. Although only 17% of children are overweight, 51% more children as they grow up will become overweight. That is an atrocious range. Almost 5% of people in America that are obese are diabetic. That is 10,842,600 people, Americans, that are diabetic due to poor eating habits. If we have a healthier school lunches and teach healthy habits from a young age, we can make that number 0. Also, our opponents state that it's slimy and yuck. Where'd you get that, TV show? All right. According to diabetes.org, diabetes treatment can cost around $10,970 per person. And that's 10,842,600 people. Also, recent research into food addiction